Welcome to Homeschool Horizons. I'm Yvette, your host. Before I begin today, um, I would like to apologize for an error that I made in last week's episode. Last week, I talked about Charlie Kirk. If you listened, I talked about Charlie Kirk's assassination. Well, what happened was I told you all that the Charlie Kirk show aired the very next day right after his assassination, and that is actually incorrect. The show actually aired 2 days after his assassination. I would like to extend my sincerest apologies to Erica Kirk and to everyone at Turning Point USA and the Charlie Kirk show. I would also like to say that Charlie Kirk's memorial was absolutely beautiful. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch it. So, how are all of you doing? I think you guys would all agree that this year has been a hard year. I remember starting the year off with the Palisades and Altadena fires, which was absolutely horrible and devastating to so many people. In my own personal life, I lost a dear aunt of mine back in December, and I entered the new year with grief. She actually died of cancer. Then in April, I had emergency surgery after having battled so much pain for the the past 3 years. And then in August, my dad was diagnosed with frontal lobe dementia. And that, I can't even begin to tell you how devastating that has been for our family. And in the past couple of months, I entered the political arena for the first time in my life to fight against AB 84. And that was stressful and exhausting. But I thank God that we were able to kill that bill. I have to admit that for me, it's very hard to homeschool when I'm going through so much stuff. But somehow we always make it through. It's still September, and I think we finally have our groove going for the school year. I kept changing things, but I think this week we're finally good. My 13-year-old loves the classical co-op he is at twice a week. That's what it's called, classical co-op. I just found that out because I think before I have been calling it a learning center or something like that. And literally, I just found out what it's actually called. And that got me thinking that that's a good sign that I'm not nearly as frantic as I have been trying to figure out their schedules and curriculum for this year. He's taking English, math, and science there. So at home, he was doing social studies through Mia Academy, as well as a workbook that I had him doing called The Constitution. However, this past week, I noticed that he wasn't really enjoying Mia Academy or the workbook. He was giving me some resistance. So I decided to look up a class he could take with OutSchool. I'm sure you've all heard about OutSchool, right? But in case for some of you newbie mommies, in case you haven't, it's a website where you can have your child take live online small group classes, or you can even get one-on-one tutoring with credentialed teachers. All of this is for a fee. I used my charter funds to pay for it, but of course, it's not a vendor. It's a vendor for charters, but also if you're not with a charter, you can just pay out of pocket. Um, anyway, I've used OutSchooled in the past when my sons were little, and this time both my 13-year-old and I have decided to use it again for U.S. history. His first class is this Wednesday, and I am really hoping he ends up loving it. As for my 10-year-old, who actually turned 11 2 weeks ago, I am using all workbooks at home for math, writing, social studies, science, cursive, finance, and geography. He is happy with that, and so am I. He is still using extramath.org, and he's also receiving math help through our charter with something called Exact Path. It's an online math help program with our charter, tailored to help him in the areas that he is needing help with. And I am super grateful for it because math is something I am terrible at and I'm not very good at teaching it to my kids. So I'm really, really happy for this new class through our charter. I am also just very relieved that we are finally set for the school year and it's not even October yet. It's like this every year. I end up taking the whole month of August and September to figure out what will work and what won't. Each year, I forget that it takes me 2 months to figure it all out, and I get myself all stressed out. But maybe next year I'll remember and cut myself some slack. I mean, that's what we all need to do. I hope things are going smoothly for you and that you are all set for the school year. And you know what? If you're not, it's okay. Maybe it will take you a little more time, and that's completely okay. Hang in there because before you know it, you will finally be at peace with whatever curriculum or classes you have selected and that are working for you and your child. Speaking of what works for your child, I am really excited about next week's episode. My dear friend Nicole will be sharing all about her journey with homeschooling her autistic son. I have been wanting to interview her for a while now, and we were finally able to get together and make it happen. Be sure to listen to that episode next week. Share it with anyone who you think it will help or would want to listen. I will be putting it out next Sunday. God bless all of you and have yourselves a wonderful week.